It's a chilly November night in 2022, in the desert air of Qatar. Under the floodlights of Al Bayt Stadium, tens of thousands of eyes are fixed on the field. But something extraordinary is about to happen. Something that will echo across continents, unlike anything we've seen before. Suddenly, a figure steps into the glow, dressed in shimmering black, and raises a microphone. That figure is Jungkook of BTS, and on this night, he is making history as the first Korean artist to perform at the FIFA World Cup opening ceremony. From the very first note of Dreamers, the official World Cup song, Jungkook's voice cuts through the roar of the stadium. He is joined by Qatari singer Fahad Al-Kubaisi, and together, they weave a bridge between East and Middle East, between K-pop and global sport. The dancers move in synchronized silver jumpsuits. Their choreography feels like a modern dream, as if they're painting hope on the field itself. It's a performance that feels bigger than music. It feels like a statement to the entire world. Here I am, and I believe. To understand how Jungkook ended up on that stage, you have to begin in his hometown. He's not just any Korean artist, he is Jungkook, the golden magne of BTS, whose voice has carried millions through heartbreak and joy. When he released Dreamers, it wasn't just another solo song. This was his official contribution to the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 soundtrack. The timing was deliberate. November 20th, 2022, the day the World Cup launched, was also the release date for his single. But beyond the headlines, this moment carried weight. Jungkook, already a global superstar with BTS, was stepping into a role he'd never quite filled before, a solo bridge between music and sport, between culture and spectacle. His performance wasn't just for armies, it was for the world. The opening ceremony at Al Bayt Stadium became his arena, and he owned it. For many fans watching live, armies flown in from South Korea, Japan, and beyond, it felt emotional, almost surreal. The stadium erupted in cheers. Social media exploded with hashtags, #Dreamers2022, #FFAKook, so proud of you Jungkook. Behind him, his BTS brothers were watching, supporting, beaming with quiet pride, but the story doesn't end there. After the performance, Jungkook opened up on V Live. He admitted he had been nervous. He couldn't hear himself well during rehearsal. Monitoring was difficult. "Was my performance okay?" he asked fans, tentatively. The answer was a resounding yes. His voice had soared. His presence had carried. And in those moments, something shifted. This wasn't just a K-pop star doing a global gig, this was Jungkook staking a claim on the world stage. He wasn't just the youngest member of BTS anymore, he was a pioneering solo artist, a global dreamer. The performance of Dreamers at the World Cup was symbolic, not just a highlight of the tournament's soundtrack, but a moment of cultural convergence, of art meeting sport, and of a Korean artist stepping into uncharted territory. Yet with all its brilliance, there was also controversy simmering beneath the surface. The 2022 World Cup itself was fraught with criticism, human rights concerns, migrant worker deaths, and debates that raged across media. Some questioned the ethics of celebrities performing there. But Jungkook's performance, in its sincerity, transcended much of that noise. He sang with heart, not as a political figure, but as a dreamer. Midway through the story, there's a twist. What if this moment wasn't just about the World Cup or a song? What if it marked a turning point in Jungkook's career, and in K-pop's place in global culture? Before that night, few Korean solo artists had stood in a stadium of that magnitude, under that kind of global spotlight. But after Dreamers, the world had to reckon with Jungkook not just as a member of BTS, but as a standalone artist with the power to inspire billions. This wasn't just a milestone, it was a breakthrough, and the impact was immediate. In the United States, his performance smashed records. Dreamers became the fastest World Cup song to hit #1 on iTunes in the US, doing so in just a couple of hours. The video of his performance, posted by FIFA, quickly racked up millions of views, spreading his voice across the globe in real time. Behind the scenes, things were even more fascinating. According to fans who watched rehearsal footage, Jungkook didn't just sing, he contributed ideas. He suggested adjustments to choreography, offered staging input, made the performance more exciting. That level of engagement showed what kind of artist he is, not passive, but proactive, invested, perfectionistic. He didn't just want to sing a song, he wanted to build an experience. And the days after, the music video for Dreamers dropped. Filmed in Qatar, it showed Jungkook walking through the city, absorbing its culture, its architecture, its spirit. Through those visuals, he became not just a performer but a bridge between nations, between cultures, between fans and strangers. As we look back, 3 years later, that performance feels even more momentous. It wasn't just a spectacle, it was a signal. A signal that Korean artists like Jungkook could stand on global platforms, not as guests, but as equals. A signal that K-pop was no longer confined to pop charts, but fully part of the global cultural conversation.